Hey, what's up? This is Abstract Thought.
And this is Jackie Lukman.
And, usually you don't hear from me when we do the videos and stuff, because I usually like being in the background. But I felt like I wanted to make this video, and I'll be brief. There's a video that's going around. I guess it's viral by now, because the last time I checked, it had like over 30,000 shares and thousands and thousands of views and everything, and everybody's weighing in. So what's one more voice, But what I'm talking about is the video that's been circulating around about Pastor Jamal Bryant of Baltimore and his confrontation with PFK Boom, or a member of PFK Boom. And, the headlines would say, oh, well, Pastor Bryant got chased out of the hood and this, that, the other. And when you look at the video, it's very hostile exchange between Jamal Bryant and the brother from PFK Boom, And so when I saw this, I was a little disturbed by it because of the exchange and the hostility. I don't live in Baltimore, so I don't know what the internal politics is. What I can say is that what I did gather from it is that there is a lot of anger in the streets, and it's directed a lot at the religious institutions. Now, let's be clear. What we've seen in this society lately, in our politics and everything else, is that average people are tired of what they consider institutions which do not benefit or do not serve the needs of the people. That goes for the politics, which have given rise to Donald Trump because of the dissatisfaction of the Republican establishment, whether it's Bernie Sanders, who gained so much momentum, and that's due to dissatisfaction in the liberal sectors of the politics. And religious establishments also can be thrown in there. This is what I got from the exchange that I've seen in that video. And a lot of people had a lot to say about the delivery from the brother from PFK Boom, but sometimes you have to sift through that to see what the message really is. What are they really talking about? Everybody's not going to express the way they feel, the way we like it all the time. But sometimes you have to sift through that, and you have to look at the message. And the message that I saw is that there is an anger. There is a suspicion. There is a rejection of what a lot of people on the streets see as institutions who constantly exploit, profit, and use the people of the streets to promote themselves. And nothing's coming back. You take Baltimore, for instance, or my home city of Camden, New Jersey, and you see on the street level unemployment rates, which is much higher than the national average. You see failing schools. You see crumbling infrastructure. You see so much. You see a loss of industry and manufacturing, everything that's affecting the lives of the people that's there. Housing that is becoming more increasingly unaffordable. Gentrification, all of these things, and people are in a pressure cooker box. Yet they turn around and they see churches getting bigger. They see the churches becoming big business, and I'm talking about the black community now. And then they see that at the same time they're going by these churches, which are continue to build on their on their existing structure, and they go by, and you got jobless black men going by these job sites, and they don't see themselves even building the church. And then they see that these churches are in partnership with Wells Fargo and all of these banking institutions that time and time again have shady business practices when it comes to us, discriminatory practices when it comes to us, predatory lending practices when it comes to us. And they see that there is no accountability with how the church spends this money. Churches don't generate their own funds. A lot of these funds come from tithes and offerings and other things. And so there is an anger out there. People see this, and they see that the churches are not offering, not all churches now, but enough to make it a problem. That there is not enough churches out there that's serving the needs of the people. And so this is what I saw. Now, it may have been unfair for Pastor Bryant to get the brunt of this. From what I know, I've seen that he has been on the right side of a lot of issues. I don't live in Baltimore. I don't know. I see the public face. But then we have to look at that from the streets. They're talking about scandals that Pastor Jamal is involved in. Sexual scandals, things that are alleged that he has done with members of the church or whatever. You can Google all this and see all the stuff that's going on. I'm not going to go into it here. But this is the problem. And we're sorely lacking credible institutions, credible structures that are able to stand up against the forces that's putting all of us in pressure cookers. So the black church, and I'm talking to the black church specifically, $420 billion over the course of, I don't know, about 10 years or whatever, that is estimated that the churches collect from the black community. $420 billion. Yet, where's the investment? Now, I'm not saying that some investment is not being made, but not nearly enough. And so it's the church's responsibility, I feel, to have to heal the divide that's going on between the streets and between the church and bridge that connection. It's not enough to just worry about saving souls. You have to save hearts. There's a war out there, and every war, the first thing that armies do is they try to appeal to the hearts and minds of the people that they're trying to reach. This is no different for the church. And so, unless the church want to remove itself from this anti-establishment anger that's out there, then they have to stop being part of the establishment and start leading these grassroots movements, if not, or be a part of it. Don't not lead, be a part of it. This was the historical role of the church. The church is still the most influential and the richest institution in the black community. And so, and I just want to add this too, is that we need to heal this rift, because this pro-religion, anti-religion rhetoric that's going back and forth from both sides is very counterproductive. Because if every Negro or every black person was to become atheist tomorrow and not worship any God, I guarantee you we'll still wake up in the projects, we'll still wake up with failing schools, we'll still wake up with all of the stuff that we're dealing with now, because it's not the religion. It's not the religion. Our ancestors were able to build Black Wall Streets and build thriving towns and communities even when they were going to church. So if you don't have any religion and you say religion's a problem and you're worshiping whatever and you extricated yourself from what you consider the white man's religion, then there should be nothing stopping you. Where's the black schools? Where's all the stuff that we need? It should be nothing holding you back if it was just religion. So anyway, look, you want to hear more? Then tune in today at 3:30 on Coffee, Current Event, and Politics on Luke My Nation, Blog Talk Radio, and we can continue this discussion further.